Okay, this is a quick review for The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. This game is an excellent entrant into the Legend of Zelda series. It's fresh and new while at the same time being a throwback to all the stuff we always loved about The Legend of Zelda. It's got awesome soundtrack, tight gameplay, everything that we've come to know and expect from the Legend of Zelda series. Um, it's the mechanic in this game that makes it different from other Legend of Zeldas is that you've got um, the paint going into walls mural mechanic where Link can basically paint himself onto a wall and move on the wall in order to solve different puzzles and such. This is a very interesting mechanic. It uses a magical stamina meter, which actually powers almost all of Link's special abilities, except for that he uses with different weapons, except for two items: the bug catching net and the incredibly useful yet slightly not useful lantern. Now, ultimately, this game has everything you've ever really wanted, everything you've ever really needed. It's got everything that we like about a Legend of Zelda game. Um, the only downside is that, and this is my own personal take on it, the only downside is that there is a severe lack of lengthy dungeons. The dungeons are very short. Um, they're a series of mini dungeons almost. Now, for someone like me who grew up playing like long, lengthy, meaty Legend of Zelda games with long dungeons, sometimes you couldn't even do them in one sitting. I mean, I felt myself wanting more. Now, in order to stretch the fact that these dungeons are kind of short, the puzzling in them is tight though, and it's excellent. But they have a series of mini dungeons stretched around the map where instead of getting items, you get rupees, which are very important in this game. Very important. You use rupees in order to rent your weapons instead of finding them in dungeons. You rent them from a dude named Ravio. You also have some other things going on where you literally are buying. You rent them or you can buy them. If you die with a rented item, it gets taken back to Ravio. I never died in this game, not once, because I followed the original rule of The Legend of Zelda, which is always have a fairy in a bottle to resurrect you if you take too much damage. The difficulty in this game is not too difficult. Even hero mode, if you know what you're doing, isn't too difficult. Um, like I said, the only cons against this game are two very minor ones. If I was using a point scale, they'd be half a point each to bring it from a total of 10 out of 10 to 9 out of 10. Still a pretty damn decent score. Now, the important thing to remember, though, is that these two half points are the dungeons aren't very lengthy, which is the only downs. One of the two 1/2 point taken down there, and the second one is the game is seen through the eyes of nostalgia. Not quite as good as A Link to the Past. Quite as, not quite as, it's not all the way there. It's not all the way there. But what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Ultimately, this game is a 9 out of 10, a 90%, a damn good game. You should definitely buy it. Anyone who's offended by what I may have said can sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, I mean this sincerely from the bottom of my heart, can kiss my ass. Thank you, and have a good day.